Hello, my name is Philip and welcome to today's video where we will talk about time and our favorite tense, present perfect. In fact, this is the fourth video on present perfect in my A to B1 grammar series. So I'll presume that you are already familiar with the form and some of the uses of present perfect. If you aren't, then click up here for my present perfect playlist to go and catch up. What's the time now? Right now it's 10 to 12. Is that a point in time or a period of time? Well, 10 to 12 is a point in time, a specific time. What about 2 minutes? Well, 2 minutes is 120 seconds. It's a period of time. What about this morning? Is it a point of time or a period of time? It's a point of time. What about yesterday? Point or period? Point of time. What about 6 months? Period. 4 days ago? Point of time. 4 days? Period of time. The 1st of January, point, long time, period, sometime, period. I was born, point of time, 1.5 years, period of time, a while, period of time, the start of this video, point of time. Why am I talking about periods and points in time? Well, as we know, we use the present perfect for actions in the past which have an effect on the present. In one of my previous videos, I used the example of Rachel's car. She's bought a new car, which is an action in the past, but she has the car now. There is a result in the present. In other words, we also use the present perfect for actions and states which started in the past and are still true today. For example, Rachel has had her car since October. She bought it back then and she still has it today. And this is where our points and periods of time come in. Rachel's had her car since October. Is October a point or a period of time? It's a point, and that's why I use the words since. I could also say Rachel's had her car for 5 months. Is 5 months a period or a point of time? It's a period, and that's why I use the word for with a period of time. To ask about the length or duration, we use the question word how long, and we can answer with both for or since. For example, how long has Rachel had her car? She's had it since October. She's had it for 5 months. They're both appropriate answers. Now let's look at some examples. How long have I lived here? I've lived here since November 2018. I've lived here for 1.5 years. November 2018 is a point in time, 1.5 years is a period of time. How long have I had this vlog for? I've had it since the 10th of November. I've had it for 4 months. Can you believe it? Actually, my first video was on present perfect. You can watch it by clicking up here. In one of my other videos on present perfect, I showed you a picture of my full bins, and I said I haven't emptied them yet. I could also say I haven't emptied them for 2 weeks. Or I haven't emptied them since 2 Saturdays ago, just because the containers are too far. Or I could ask, how long have my parents known each other? Well, they've known each other since high school, which means they've known each other for 50 years. That's an admirable length of time. When we use present perfect with for and since, we need to get the sentence rhythm right. We usually put more emphasis on words which carry meaning, like verbs, nouns, and time information, whereas auxiliary verbs and prepositions are usually unstressed. Let's look at it and practice it using 5 examples. First, I'm going to pronounce the first part of the sentence with the verb. You listen and then repeat and copy the rhythm. Then I'll pronounce the whole sentence together. You listen and repeat, again focusing on the rhythm and the stress in the sentence. Listen, repeat, listen, repeat. I've lived here. I've lived here since November. She's worked here. She's worked here for 5 years. They've been married. They've been married for 25 years. We haven't seen them. We haven't seen them since 2 weeks ago. Philip's loved Madonna. Philip's loved Madonna since he was a teenager. Some time ago, when we talked about the modal verb will for future, I said it's not a tense, because the verb itself doesn't change. It's the same with present perfect. We often call it a tense, and I've done so in this video too, but in fact, it's only an aspect of the present tense, as is present continuous. In fact, the word perfect comes from Latin perfectus, which means completed. Therefore, present perfect is a present tense which talks about actions which are completed as of now, in respect of present. So like in my favorite example, Rachel's got a new car, the action of getting it is completed, because she has it now. Although nothing is perfect, and neither is this link of perfectus. As we learned today, we also use present perfect to talk about actions and states which started in the past and are still true today. So I could say Rachel's had her car for 5 months, using the verb have in present perfect, in which case the action of having it isn't completed. She still has it today. Now it's time to check what you have learned. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. At the end of each question, click on the video to pause it so you have some time to think about and give the answer, and then check it. The correct answers are in the description of the video down below. Question 1. What's the difference between 5 days and 5 days ago? Question 2. What preposition do we use with periods of time when using present perfect? Question 3. What preposition do we use with points in time when using present perfect? Question 4. What question word do we use to ask about the duration, length of an activity or a state? And question number 5. Why do we use the present perfect to talk about actions which started in the past and are still true today? Because practice makes perfect, as I say, don't forget to follow the link in the description of the video down below to go and practice present perfect with for and since. And that's present perfect with for and since. If you now understand the difference between periods of time and points in time, give the video a like. If you want to review the use of present perfect with yet, just and already, then click up here to go and watch my video on it. And if you want to know when I release a new video, then click on my face to subscribe. That's all from me for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.